Hello everyone and welcome to the first deck profile video here on the Victory Star channel. My name is Electrify and today I am showcasing a Swampert Quagsire Naganadel deck. Wait, I've just lost connection. As I was saying, I'm showcasing a Swampert Quagsire Naganadel deck. The basic idea behind this is you ditch as much energy as possible into the discard pile, recycle it with your Aqua Patches and your Naganadels, and then just use a combination of Swampert and Quagsire, and honestly Naganadel as well, because 80 for 3 energy with Psychic Weakness is not that bad, and it does do 160 if you have 3 prize cards left, so it's not that bad at all. Basically just using these to accelerate energy from the discard pile as quickly as possible, and blast people away with your Hydro Pump attack. Which, depending on which Pokemon you're using, if it's Swampert or Quagsire, does 80 plus 20 for every energy, or 60 plus 20 for every energy, every water energy that is, attached to that Pokemon. So this is not my idea. This deck is, or a variant of this deck is run by someone of my locals. And I was talking about it on the podcast the other week, and people have been asking to see it, so here we are. Like I say, this is not the list that he runs, this is my own take on this list, but it's the same general idea. So you've got a 3/3 line of Naganadel with the charge up ability. Lets you take a basic energy card from the discard pile and put it on Naganadel once per turn, which you then move onto your active Pokemon using Quagsire's washout ability. So we've got a 2/2 line of Quagsire, and I'm running a 4/1/3 line of Swampert, and I've done a bit of playtesting with this deck, and I feel like I've got too many Mudkips, but starting Mudkip is so important. Because you can then use your water reserve attack and get 3 water energies into your hand, which you can then discard with your Sophocles or your Ultra Balls and things like that. So starting Mudkip is important, but I do feel like I have too many. And I'm not really sure about the split between how many Marshtomps and Swamperts. I think 3 is a good number for Swampert. I'm not sure if I want more Marshtomps or fewer Marshtomps. I could certainly see myself switching out for a 4th rare candy instead, but I don't know, I don't like relying on the rare candies until you've got one Swampert up already. So I think 1, just a nice safe 1 is fine. In terms of trainers, it's kind of a weird mix. Obviously I've got you 4 Acro Bikes, 4 Aqua Patch, just to mill as much water energy as possible and reattach it. I'm going for a very ball heavy build, so I've got 3 Greats, 3 Nest, and 3 Ultra Balls, along with 2 Apricorn Makers to search those out. As I said already, I've got the 3 rare candy. I've got 3 Brooklet Hill to get your basics out, because everything except Poipole is a water Pokemon. I'm not really sure. It's also good for countering your opponent's stadiums, especially like Prism Star stadiums, which are very strong right now. I've got the Safety Stretcher, 1 Rescue Stretcher, and I'm running a 3/3 split of Cynthia and Sophocles, because I feel like Sophocles is so good in this deck. Being able to discard 2 water energy and then draw 4 more cards is great. And honestly, I don't often find myself wanting to shuffle my hand away, because usually I have 1 or 2 Swamperts out, so I can just power draw stuff anyway. So Cynthia is great for the early game, and Sophocles is good once you've set up and to help you set up. So let's test this thing out. Deck has unsafe changes. No, it does not. You're a liar. So as you can see, I've already got a full win streak with this deck. So I've been doing a few test games, and it's been going really, really well. It works fantastically when it sets up, I find. And if it doesn't set up, it just falls apart. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick game with this and see how it runs. Okay, so we've got Fighting, Dark, Colorless, and Fire. So I'm guessing it's some kind of... With the Zoroark coin, I'm guessing it's some kind of... either a Shrine deck, like a Buzzwole Weavile Shrine deck with Mad Cargo, or it could also be a Zoroark, like a rock maybe. This is not a fantastic starting hand, but they have taken a mulligan. I'm sorry, I've got a very sore throat at the moment, I'm trying to power through it. So, let's see what they reveal to us. Yeah, so we're looking at a Zoroark deck of some kind. They start with 3 Zoroarks, man. 3 Zoroarks and 2 DCs. So we don't know what the fighting aspect of this is yet, but it's possibly a Lycanroc deck. we will draw a card, because it might help. Naganadel doesn't really help us all that much, because I think we're going to be Cynthia in this hand away. Depends on our top deck. If we can get like an Apricorn Maker, I'd be tempted to go for that, and then Cynthia next turn, but it really does depend. So he's Nest Ball for the Slugma, and he's going to be Tapu Lilling probably for a Cynthia with that card, like that number of cards in hand, maybe a Mallow. Or obviously at Professor Elm. I keep forgetting Professor Elm exists, despite using it in most of my decks. Of course he's going for Elm. So this is probably going to reveal whether or not he's got the rock. Yep. Yes, we're looking at Zoroark. This isn't awful for us. They are speedy. Obviously, if you run into a Zoroark deck, it's going to be difficult to keep up with them because they do have trade, but we do have Power Draw if I can get set up. So... let's say it's really unfortunate that we didn't start with a Mudkip. I'm going to Nest Ball for the Mudkip now. And I'm going to attach the Water Energy so we can either retreat or spit poison. And at this point I'm just going to Cynthia, because this hand's doing nothing for me right now. Hoping we get... That's much better. That is a lot better. Okay. So, we'll bench the Poipole. I'm going to get the... Wooper set up. We have a Cynthia for next turn as well, which is great. Let's Acro Bike. I don't like it. I'm gonna take the Swampert because I don't like losing the Rescue Stretcher. Next turn we're gonna probably Ultra Ball away our top deck and our energy for maybe a Naganadel. We've got nothing in the discard, but we'll have one there. So we could be attacking with Naganadel next turn if we can get another energy off the Cynthia. Really depends on the top deck, so I'm just going to spit poison. It's not going to do much because I am very confident they're going to get that turn 2 Zoroark set up, but what can you do? I've opted for the spit poison instead of the eye opener Poipole, just because sometimes, even if you just get one extra damage counter, that can make a difference. Like on a Lele start, you want to get that one extra damage counter on them, because then they're down at 160, and it's a lot easier to one-hit KO with something like Swampert or Quagsire. Same with Zoroark, actually. Just getting that extra 10 HP down, while it doesn't seem like much, it means you need one fewer energy to knock them out. So now that Zoroark, it's a pain, but we could one-hit KO that Zoroark if we get 7 energy on a Quagsire or 6 on a Swampert. Which seems like a lot to ask, but this deck can really set up if it gets going. It's Ultra Balling, probably for a Magcargo if I had to guess. It's got a Slugma and a Ditto down. Not sure what... I assume the Ditto's just for a Magcargo, but he might have, he may have a Alolan Muck or something, but it's really not worth it. Oh, he's got the Weavile! Ooh, Weavile's not good for this deck. Naganadel and Quagsire and Swampert all have abilities, which means Weavile shreds us. So we did manage to escape this turn. Man, see, I really want to... No, that's fine. So we're gonna Ultra Ball away the Ultra Ball and the Water Energy, and I'm actually not sure what I take here. I think I'm gonna go for the Naganadel. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Naganadel. I'm gonna evolve the bench, and then I'm going to Cynthia and hope I draw into a Water Energy. Oh, man. That's fine, actually. We've got one in the discard. We've got one in the discard. It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to Brooklet Hill. And we will search for... I'm going to get another Wooper, because I'm concerned about that one going down. We are going to lose a Mudkip this next turn, I would think. Well, that's fine. We have 1 energy in discard. I'm going to Great Ball. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to rely on the Rare Candy. I'm just going to grab this Marshtomp. And we can evolve the bench. This has actually turned around quite nicely. I feel like we can still pull this off. So now what we do is we Aqua Patch onto the benched Mudkip. We retreat the Poipole into Mudkip. Charge up this Naganadel. And now we can Water Reserve and get 3 energy. Which is great for us because we've got Sophocles in hand. Which means 2 of these energy cards can now get discarded next turn for an extra 4 cards drawn. And with 28 cards in deck, there's 3 Swamperts in there. Unless one's prized. I'm not actually sure. I didn't check my prizes. So there's a decent chance we can get our Swampert. And if we can get our Swampert, and hopefully a Quagsire, we should be able to get something going. Ideally from the... we're going to lose this Mudkip, I would think. He has to find a DC, surely. Man, look at his hair. Look at his hairstyle there, that's insane. So, it doesn't... He's not attaching it. Unless he's thinking about what to do, but he's not attaching a DC. He's missed it again! Oh, and we top deck the Quagsire. That's big for us. Okay, so we're going to Sophocles. And we're going to ditch these 2 Water Energy. What do we find? We find the Swampert. 2 Aqua Patches. We've got an energy there as well. Okay, this is big. So, we're going to evolve to Swampert. Evolve to Quagsire. We have 2 energy in discard. So we can actually save the Aqua Patch. There's no need to waste it. So, we charge up a Naganadel. Oh, we are actually going to need the second Aqua Patch. So, we need to hit 200 on the Zoroark. I'm going to power draw away the Brooklet Hill because we don't need that. I'm never sure about what the order of operations is for Great Ball and Acro Bike. I'm going to Acro Bike... No, a Great Ball first to get the Pokemon out of the way, because I want to discard an energy. So, Great Ball to get the Pokemon out of the way. We get the second... Oh, right. I'm going to go for the second Naganadel. Just because I want to be... I'm fine with having 19 cards in deck and only 1 Quagsire. I think I can draw out the other one if I need to. So we get that. I'm going to Acro Bike. Oh, wow. This is so good. Oh, we are in business. We are in business. We don't even need to lose that energy. Okay. Energy in the discard pile. We have 1, which we charge up onto Naganadel. I'm actually gonna... Do I power draw the Cynthia? I am. I'm gonna power draw Cynthia. Or do I power draw an energy? Energy in discard pile is 0. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means there's 5 more. I'm going to get rid of the Cynthia. Because worst case scenario, I'll lose 1 Swampert this turn. So I still have power draw next turn. So it's not the end of the world. I did draw into an energy, but I won't want to risk it. I'm going to take the Aqua Patch. Man, we are so set up. We are so set up. No energy in the discard pile right now, but that's fine. So that even means that if we lose this Swampert, we can recover from this. We are so set up right now. So we're going to wash out. And that puts 3, which means we're hitting for 140. 2 more and he gets us for 180. So I'm not actually going to even risk attaching more energy. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to keep... Even though I can recover 5 energy next turn if need be, I don't think it's worth it. In hindsight, I should have power drawed away the energy, but there was no way of knowing I was going to get another one. Not that it would have mattered, really. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. I should have power drawed away that other energy, and we would have a 6th energy attached, which would mean we could KO the Zoroark. So that was a poor play on my part, but there you go. I've only played this deck a few times, so I am still learning. So I am going to Hydro Pump here for 140. Yes. Yeah, I can't take the KO either way, so I Hydro Pump for 140, and then we still have 2 energy on the bench. So they may well whiff the DCE again. They've got 2 Zoroarks set up and only 28 cards left in deck. I can't think that they'd whiff it so many times, but it is possible. They must have a max potion or something as well. Although that being said, I do have 7 energy, which is enough for a 1-hit KO. No, I don't. I've got 6 energy. But I should be able to power draw into getting rid of this Brooklet Hill. I should be able to get in a 7th energy, so I can 1-hit KO Zoroarks at this point. So this is just, even though Zoroark's set up so much faster than we did, once this deck gets running, there's just nothing you can do to stop it. It's so strong. And I've thought about like a Wishful Baton, or like a Experience Share, maybe in this deck, but I just don't think you need it. I'm not actually even running Choice Band, which may be a mistake. Like I say, this was a very sort of almost rushed deck list that I came up with. So Choice Band, ooh, that's the energy attached. Do they have Guzma? Switch. That's okay. So Evil Admonition is going to, yeah, easily take the KO on the Swampert, which sucks, because we have lost our Rescue Stretcher as well, but it's not the end of the world. So, I don't want to risk losing my only Swampert, so I'm actually going to send out Quagsire, because I only need to be able to get it set up, which I can. So I can take the knockout on Weavile. The only issue with Quagsire is it's 120 HP, so it does get Revenge KO'd. Whereas Swampert, he's got nothing that can Revenge KO me unless he... No, I can't even Dangerous Rogue, so I'm gonna go Swampert. I'm not sure about the decision, but I am gonna go Swampert, and I'm just gonna hope for the best. So, at this point, I'm gonna Brooklet Hill to check the deck. We do have a Swampert and a Rare Candy and a Mudkip left, so I'm going to Brooklet Hill that Mudkip out. Sophocles is a good top deck, but I don't think we need it right now. I'm just going to power draw away the Brooklet Hill. I am conscious of how many cards I have left in deck, so I don't want to use too much. I don't need to be greedy, is the thing. I don't need to be greedy, so I'm not even going to Sophocles. I'm hesitant even to Great Ball. I mean, I can Great Ball and guarantee myself the Swampert, but I'd like to keep as many cards left in deck as possible. I am out of Cynthia's, so those 7 cards are all I have left. I've possibly played it too aggro, but we'll see. So I'm going to charge up again. Like I say, I'm not even going to... There's no way he can KO my Swampert next turn. That's an impossibility. So I'm just gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna Aqua Patch. I'm not gonna do anything. We have 1 in the discard pile, so it wouldn't even be worth really Aqua Patching. I'm going to Wash Out, and I'm gonna keep 1 energy on each Naganadel, which means that a Charge Up and a Manual Attach will get them into a position where they can start attacking next turn. Hydro Pump will do 140, which is easily enough to KO this Weavile, and we are set for next turn. Okay, I think the only concern I have right now is I am down to 7 cards left in deck. So I would like to find this Rare Candy as quickly as I can. They've promoted the Slugma, which to me tells me they either have a Guzma play or they have nothing, and they're just hoping for the best. They have not really set up particularly well, but we really have. This deck has exploded. It was a shame to lose that Rescue Stretcher earlier in the game, because I would like to recycle my Swampert parts, but at the same time I wouldn't be able to play them again. It's this one that's got the Marshtomp, so it would take a bit. They have the Buzzwole there, which means that next turn they're going to hit 120, but again, that's still not enough. So unless they Guzma my Quagsire, that's not enough. Oh. What are they doing here? Guzma Quagsire, why are you doing that? Yeah, that's a very, very poor play. Unless they're seeing something that I'm not, that's a poor play. What could you possibly be going for? Because Sledgehammer's only going to do 30. And my Quagsire with 4 energy can just one-hit KO them. I'm not sure what their plan is, really. Yep, Sledgehammer for 30. Yeah, that was a poor move, in my opinion. We do have a second Quagsire now. Engine discard, we have 1, so I will charge that up. I'm saving my Aqua Patches for when I need them, because I don't need to play them, so there's no point in playing them. There's no point in playing anything right now, as far as I'm aware. I'm just going to hold on to everything. I'm tempted, honestly, to not even commit this manual attach. I'm going to wash out. I'm going to take the energy off the Swampert. Because I don't see a need to commit any cards that I don't need to. I'll take 1 from Naganadel. Just make 3, so that's 120, so I need to wash out 1 more, and I'll take from the Swampert. We have a backup Quagsire, if need be. As far as I'm concerned, we can't really lose at this point, because they just haven't set up. Even if they find a DCE and take out this Quagsire, we get all this energy back. Let me just check my maths, 140. Unless they're gonna go, like, bench the Buzzwole and, like, a crazy B-String turn, but I don't see this deck running B-String if they're running a Zorak Lycanroc build. Like, the Buzzwole's just there because it's nice. They are going into the Zorak GX. Whether that's because they think I can't KO them, I don't know. I do need to hit 220, so I do need 8 energy on this thing, which is massive. But as you can see... Oh, actually, I've only got 7. That's fine, though, because I can retreat for 2 into Swampert, and Swampert can KO them for 7 energy, which is fine. And next turn, if need be, I can recycle 5 energy from the discard pile with 3 Aqua Patches and 2 Naganadels. So I'm properly set up. The only way... I don't see a way they can stop me, honestly. I'm not sure how much more energy I have left in deck. There's none in discard, there's 6 on the board, 1 in hand is 3 remaining. So unless I price 3 energy, I do have energy left in deck. Man, this is just like a well-oiled machine. It moves so well once you're set up. So they are going to take the KO on Quagsire. But at this point, I'm tempted to Great Ball this turn, just to guarantee that Swampert, because I need the second Swampert to finish the game. That being said, they can't KO my Swampert. The only way they KO it is if they Dangerous Rogue it, which they can't next turn because they've already committed an energy to the Zoroark. I don't see a way they can win at this point. With 4 prizes remaining, we're knocking out this Zoroark this turn. Yeah, I don't see a way they do. So that is the Swampert there, so I don't need to Great Ball. It does seem weird to keep all these cards in my hand, but I'm just anticipating, in case they happen to judge or something, I'd like to have as much as possible in deck. So, man, the time is being mean to me today. So we start charging up, because it's free. If they do take out the Swampert, I don't see a way they can, but if they do, that is bad news for me. So we have 4 currently. Manual attach is 5. We need 7, did I say? 227, yeah. So we need to double Aqua Patch. It doesn't really matter who they go to. Our abilities are all in place, so that's fine. So we double Aqua Patch. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy. And they all get washed out. I wish there was a faster way of washing out. I wish it would just ask you to select them all. And then click done. Again, we can recycle 3 energy next turn. So if the Swampert goes down, which I don't think it can. I don't think it can go down. I don't see a way they could possibly do it. Tapu Lele could do it. Oh, Tapu Lele could do it. But we can get the Revenge KO on Tapu Lele, I think. We need 5 energy attached. We can get 3 back next turn. I'm just going to Brooklet Hill, see what's left in deck. There are 3 energy cards in deck. Man, I'm tempted to power draw. I'm tempted to power draw. It doesn't really do me anything if I do. I can Sophocles next turn if need be. Hydro Pump gets us the KO. 7 on 220 gets us the KO. If they have DCE on Tapu Lele, they take out the Swampert, and that sucks. They promote the Lele, they must have DCE. They must have DCE, they must have seen it. Yeah. Okay. This isn't great. So it is times like this where I do regret not running Guzma. What are our options here? We don't have the rare candy for the second Swampert, but we can get it. We can then recycle 3 energy, attach a 4th, and Swampert is then hitting for 160, which is not quite enough. If we could just get 1 more energy. I don't think there's any way to do it, is the thing. There's 3 Aqua Patches gone, we have 1 in hand, so we need... That being said, we won't get the KO, we won't get the 1-hit, but they can't stop us next time. So, we Mudkip. The rare candy top deck is great. We rare candy for Swampert. We charge up. I don't want to power draw. What's left in deck? Naganadel and 2 energy. So, if I Acro Bike, I guarantee I get an energy. That's fine. We then manual attach energy. Aqua Patch to Quagsire. That's all we can do right now. There is another Naganadel in deck, so I'm going to get that Poipole benched. We wash out. Give everything we have to Swampert. Do we give everything? No, we don't. We shouldn't give everything. I'm going to give... No, I'm going to give Naganadel. No. No, we give Quagsire's energy. Swampert is now hitting 140. We could get to hit 160, but there's no point. There's no point because it makes it easy for them to KO. They're going to hit 100 on us. If we give another energy and they get another DCE, they can KO Swampert, and we basically have lost then. Actually, no, we haven't, but it's safer to make this play anyway. So we Hydro Pump for 140. They have to retreat now. They have to retreat, otherwise it's game, but even then we have game on everything. Except that Zoroark. 4, 5, 6. If we can get... Yeah, okay, we have game on everything. We have game on everything. I think there's no way they can win. Even with 2 cards left in deck, there's no way they can win this. Unless they have max potions. But I feel like they would have max potioned this thing by now. Come on. This is so tense, because I really want to win this. I'd be really happy if this beats Zoroark. Kukui. Oh. Kukui, they hit for... Yep! Yes, they scooped! They scooped. So next turn we would have KO'd the Lele. We could have KO'd that Zoroark, because we had an energy attached from hand, because there was only 2 cards left in deck. One was an energy, one was a Naganadel. So we had energy attached from hand. We had 1 on a Naganadel on the bench, so that's 5 energy. We had 3 Naganadels, or 2 technically, but we could have got a third to charge up. So it would be 7 energy, which is a 1-hit KO on the Zoroark GX. We had game on every Pokemon they had. There was no way for them to win. MVP Swampert, honestly, they're all MVPs. The deck doesn't work unless you get all 3 parts set up, but this is amazing. This is such a fun deck, and it absolutely destroys at my locals. Like, honestly, shout out to Cameron Wallace for this, because it's crazy, crazy good deck. Let me display the list again, because I've been recording for a long time. I was expecting to do a few games, but I've got stuff to do today. So it's just going to be a short video, and I have been recording for a while. So the deck list, this is my list again. This is not his list. This is just me building a list, taking inspiration from his. But this is the list I've got. I'll post it in the description of this video as well, as a copy and pastable format for PTCGO, so you can load it in and play it yourself. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this and you want to see more deck profiles, let me know in the comments. Tell me what decks you want me to playtest and showcase for you guys. I've got most things on PTCGO now. I'm not really missing much, so I can build almost any deck you like, as long as it's standard format. So just leave a comment below, just telling us what you want to see, and if you enjoyed this sort of video, because I think all of our videos so far have just been like clips from the podcast and unboxing and things like that, but this is the first actual gameplay videos we've done. So if you enjoyed those, let us know, and yeah, I hope to make this quite regular, I think, if you guys like it, so I will see you in the next showcase. Goodbye.